All right, Mazz, that Celtics game do anything for you yesterday?
A little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. So here was what I took away from it that meant a little something. They wanted to make some sort of statement to Golden State that they haven't forgot the finals. Jaylen Brown said as much walking off the floor. Okay? So fine. I'm glad they have a fire up their ass about it and that they're agitated by it. I would hope that they're motivated by it. And they want to let everybody know that they mean business. And I think that they've generally demonstrated that over the longer term this year. It's been a good season. And for the most part, they've kept their eye on the ball. They got on them early. They absolutely blitzed them early in that game. And then, we all know the rest. The margin of victory? Who gives a rat's ass? Who cares about the margin of victory? And let me ask you this in the long term. Did yesterday change anything?
Not to me.
Murray, did it change anything to you? Did it change anything to you about what they're capable of?
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
No, and I still have a little bit of trepidation about them because of the last couple of postseasons.
So I look at it and say, I thought they were a wagon from day one. I've told you, I think 12 losses is too many. Frankly, I think they're that good. I believe that from day one. They're absolutely stacked. Porzingis didn't even play yesterday. They absolutely obliterated Golden State. It's nice to see that they have focus. That's good. That's really important. It's necessary. But the game itself is a complete freaking dog.
It's the kind of game that shows me nothing.
Zero.
Honestly, I mean, I'm impressed to the point where you're the best team in the league. But that actual game?
Worthless.
I don't think it's worthless. The Warriors have been playing well. I think they were, 11-2 in their last 13 games. They've been playing good.
They have. But
and the Warriors have had their number.
But didn't you expect them to beat them?
The Warriors are playing their third game in 4 nights. I think it was the last game of a long road trip. And, which again, this is a side topic. It's like why the NBA continues to schedule big national games.
Atrocious.
With one team on a back-to-back or a 3-4 and the other one not is like, why do you do that? Why don't you save that for the scrubby games in the middle of the week or the non-national games? But whatever, side topic. So the Warriors are at the end of a long road trip, 3-4, and they were cashed. Curry himself was questionable for the game. So he plays, but it's clear they're saying, we don't have, our tank isn't full, so something's going to give, so here's what we're going to do. And they decided to lay off of Jaylen Brown. And I read this, I wouldn't have known this. But not only are Jaylen Brown's three-point percentages down this year, apparently on open threes, which they track, when you have more than 3 feet of space or more than 6 feet of space, well, Jaylen Brown on open three-pointers this year was under 28%. For some reason, whatever, when he's wide open, and that's like 11, 12% under his career average. So some analyst there on Golden State looked at it and said, let's see. Jaylen Brown's under 28% on wide open threes. Just let him go, and hopefully the Celtics will shoot themselves out of it, and that's our only chance. Otherwise, we don't got much in the tank. All right, he hit him. Make-miss league. They're a good three-point shooting team. Make no mistake about it. But it's 21-21 in the first quarter. Jaylen Brown, I think, hits 3 straight. Someone else hit a 3. Now it's 12. Now Golden State can't put the ball in the ocean. Curry's airballing it. He's clearly not right. And that's it. Game over. So what is that? So all that is just 2 hours of Celtics fans masturbating with themselves as opposed to somebody else.
I was just going to say, I think that's self-descriptive.
But I mean, you know what I mean? It's just 2 hours of, it's a 3, it wasn't a game. I've seen them win games like that. And I know it's the Warriors. And so I'll give you a little extra something on that. But what? They laid off of Brown. He hit the shots. Good for him. If that means he'll do it in June, I'm in. But first of all, I don't think they're going to play you like that if they face you in June.
Exactly.
I don't think anyone is. And let's see until Brown and Tatum hit him in June. After that sequence in the first quarter, 21-21, and then I think they hit 3 or 4 straight three-pointers.
There's a 23-1 run.
And there was a dunk in there by Cornette because now Golden State did try to come out to lie. So what? And then just in a matter of 3 minutes, it was over. And the rest of it is just it's an exhibition. And just something that all those green endorphins get flowing through you, but it doesn't mean anything. I keep saying I liked the Sixer game during the week more when Embiid was out and they just went to the rim and played that way. Yesterday shows I've seen them do this. I know the margin of victories are way through the roof, but I've seen them get unconscious from behind the line, and when that happens, it's over. It's not a game. And so, like, I'm sorry. Yesterday was the exact kind of game where I say, okay, neat, wee. You're not going to have a playoff game like that. I'm sorry. And Jaylen Brown sounds like such a badass after the game, too. Like, I get why you get into it. Did he feel disrespected, Stu, number one, for the way Draymond Green and the Warriors played him?
First time it's ever happened to me. Honestly, I was a bit surprised. Took a little bit of adjusting, but, I think we just took advantage of whatever that attempt was and just made the best of it. For the most part, my job is to get to the paint. We got enough three-point shooters on our team. So, I don't take a lot of threes or for the most part throughout the season because we got enough of that. I get to the paint, and I usually open it up for everybody else. But if you want to dare me to shoot, we can do that too. You know what I mean? I thought it was a little disrespectful, but, we took advantage of it, and we didn't look back.
Okay, big fella. He sounds like such a bad, on the podium, he's very serious. He never cracks a smile. He sounds like a badass, and we can do that too. Like, all right, Tex. It's like, all right. I don't take threes. We got enough guys to do that. I mean, you may not take the most threes.
No, you take your share.
I see you out there like everybody else.
See, I look at a game like that and wonder what's Golden State's real agenda.
Number 2 there, Stu, if you could, please.
We didn't come out and mess around, and that's just how we show our respect to the game, is that we handle business and take care of it, but we don't do it arrogantly. We do it with humility, and it's a lot of respect for the Golden State Warriors, but we feel like it's our time now.
Okay. It should be your time.
It better be.
Let's see it. Mike and Holden, your thoughts?
I'm going to preface this call, guys, and tell you I am not a green teamer. I've been a very staunch critic of the Celtics. I am a huge Celtics fan, but I don't think you guys can deny that this team is evolving. I think the reason they're evolving because Jason Tatum has now realized he can be more of a distributor. He doesn't have to force the offense. Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis calm things down. This team is evolving, guys. This team is different than the last 2 years. And I know, listen, this is a huge 5-game stretch. They're 2-0. I want to see what they do the next 3 games. But you would be the same guys excoriating this team if Steph Curry went out for 40 yesterday and they lost that game. So let's give him some credit, please.
I would. I'd absolutely. If they lost the game, I'd kill him. And so I'm not ragging on it. I mean, it sounds like I am. I'm ragging on you. I feel like it pants off. Because they hit some 3-pointers in the first quarter against a team playing their 3rd game in 4 nights, and their bags were packed to go home.
They also had flight trouble getting to Toronto on Friday, too, did Golden State.
What was this road trip where they were on? They were on some huge East Coast, roadie, and I think this was their last game. So it's like road-weary 3 and 4 nights, and you got unconscious in the first quarter on threes, and that was it. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not criticizing you for it. I'm just saying I don't know what I learned there. Yes, Stu.
Washington Tuesday, New York Knicks Thursday, Friday was in Toronto, and then Sunday at the Garden.
Well, I mean, it's just if you had won a close game, that would have showed me more. And this is not your fault. I'm not blaming you for hitting your shots. I'm not blaming you for blowing doors. I'm just telling you it didn't tell me anything. And I guess what I am criticizing is anyone who takes that and says, "See, we're ready." You hit some threes in the first quarter, man. Really?
Well, exactly. So when the caller says we'd be killing them, or I'm going to keep this to me, I'd be killing them if they lost, and I'm not going to give them the credit for the win? Correct. No, really, correct. I'll tell you why. Who's the better team?
You.
It's not even close. They're a 500 team. I know they've been playing well, Murray, but they just got over 500. They've been garbage the whole year. You should have won the game out there. Going away, you blew that one. So I think the Celtics, particularly at home, should beat just about everybody they play. You can give me a couple of teams that could give them a run and beat them. So other than that, I expect them to win every game. They're that good. Yes, the stakes are higher. The standards are higher.